Wham! Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
And welcome to another edition of The Drift. And joining me in studio, not Ipsy Ed, we've got Alex Wassell.
Good to be with you, Gary.
Glad to finally meet you and get you in here, man. That's great. You did a great job when you were here with Ed, so I was glad to get you in and do a little yickety-yak this week on all the good things that we saw in the news. Good things. I'm doing the air quotes, right?
Amen.
Yeah, exactly. So what we do on The Drift every Saturday is go over the news that I put on the dailydrift.com. And if you're not going there, you should. It's the news you need to know. So www.thedailydrift.com. And Ed is off today. I think his son is performing some vows or something. I would expect to hear from him, actually. If he's listening, he probably will. But let's take care of a little business. If you have some air conditioning, and goodness knows fall is not that far away, your furnace action needs to happen, water heaters, appliance repair, plumbing repair, AAA Service Network is the place to go. You can go to AAAServiceNetwork.com, or you can call in Ann Arbor 734-663-6200. That's 734-663-6200. My friend Ed runs a great business here, and they're all over Metro Detroit, so you can hit them up and go to currentonline.com. That's COURANT online.com. There's a whole bunch of coupons on the back page of this month's Current newspaper. So and frequent those Current advertisers, because that's a great little newspaper. It's probably one of the only conservative newspapers around, and I grew it for a long time before I handed it over to Ed, who is doing a swell job taking care of it. So very good thing. So Alex, did you jump in on the hysteria this week?
Oh, I was very concerned about what happened at NATO and the Putin-Trump summit, because I thought, it would be a good deal that the Allies paid their fair share, and then we developed better relations with Russia.
Yeah, but when you watch the news, the media, the left, the liberals, the Democrats, you'd swear the sky was falling, right? It's just, oh my God, the sky is falling. He's a treasonous guy, right?
Right, I thought it was 1962 again.
And when I look at my friends, because I have liberal friends, I'm a nice guy, right? I just because I'm a conservative doesn't make me a bad person, right? I'm just not. And so the craziness coming from some of my very dear friends, I just want to say, you need some Prozac or something. Get some therapy, because it's just not right. And I want to start with, because their first thing this week was after the NATO breakfast, and Trump started right off, right? And we've got this track. So, Derek, do you have track one ready? This is the first morning meeting, Donald Trump at the breakfast with all the allied leaders of NATO, and go ahead and play it.
Last year was the biggest increase in defense spending across Europe and Canada in a generation.
Why was that last year?
It's also because of your leadership, because your clear message, and
they won't write that.
No, I have said it before, but the thing is that it really has. Your message is having an impact, and we are going to build on that to make sure that we have further increases. Also, it's helpful dealing with Russia, and we look forward to the meeting we're going to have with President Putin, and I think that leaders are also looking forward to your thoughts about the meeting with President Putin later on.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia. And I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas.
Okay. Simple common sense, right?
Sounds like it to me.
And the left went off. You can't talk to those European allies that way. They're our allies. And one of those French guys or whatever earlier before NATO said, you better be nice to us. We're the only friends you got. Like, please. With friends like you, who needs enemies?
Sure, whenever I need a loan, I just come to you, and I never have to pay it back.
So it's just astounding to me the way the left and the media portrayed him as being super crazy, alienating our allies. And right there, the guy that started that track was, I think it's pronounced Jens, but somebody said John Stoltenberg, who's the Secretary General of NATO.
Right.
Top dog at NATO. And when you watch that video, and you can go to thedailydrift.com, I put the video up there for you. I think I did. If not, I'll put it on tomorrow. You can actually see him kind of listening to Trump and agreeing and the whole nine yards. It's actually quite hysterical that the media would portray this as Trump's way out of line. No, he's not. He's just using common sense. I mean, we all know that Russia has really an economy based on one commodity. Oil. Right? And so if that's the case, why would you give them the billions of dollars that the president is talking about? And what is Russia going to do with that?
Sure, they're going to pump up their economy.
They're going to pump up their economy. They're going to buy some more weapons. They're going to move some more weapons back over to the line, right? And put it in near Poland or wherever, or near the Estonian and Latvias, that kind of thing.
Gap, yeah.
So it's just common sense. Why would Europe want us to protect them, ask us for that help, and at the same time give billions and billions of dollars to Russia?
Well,
the supposed enemy.
Yeah,
right?
To me, it seems like they either sort of don't believe the threat is real, or they just want to use our money to pump up their own economies, and we foot the bill.
Yeah. Or, as the president said at the very end, the former chancellor of Germany. How crooked and corrupt does it get? I'm going to go from being the former chancellor of Germany. I'm going to cry the blues about Russia being the big bad wolf, and then I'm going to cut a deal with them and make billions of dollars to line my own pocket along with Russia. Are they as corrupt as we are? Maybe more?
I think that's a German swamp for you.
So it's a worldwide swamp. It's the globalists,
yes,
right?
The globalist swamp.
And they're just playing us, right? They're just playing us. Ooh, the big bad wolf Putin. We need to do more globalist stuff and put more money in our pockets. And it just astounds me that there wasn't, other than on Fox, the MSNBCs, the CNNs, which I forced myself to watch to the point of nausea, right? I really do. I can only watch so much, and I feel like being sick, or going through the TV screen after these people. It's just amazing to me that they would do this. And so it wasn't just Jens Stoltenberg kissing up there to Trump at the breakfast. Afterward, when the NATO summit was done, he went on, of all places, CNN. And Christiana Amanpour, you know who I'm talking about, right? She's
yes.
kind of a Middle Eastern lady who works for CNN. Did a lot back in the days of Desert Storm, earned her stripes in Desert Storm. But she is the uber liberal, right? Hates Trump, hates conservatives, hates Republicans in every stretch. So she interviews Jens Stoltenberg after NATO is over with. And you can listen to her. This is about a 2-minute track here. Listen to her looking for something to latch onto, and she just can't seem to do it. So, Derek, you got track 2 ready? All right, let's go with that.
Thank you so much for having me.
So can I just first start by asking you, all the allies were really concerned and nervous, hoping that this summit was not going to devolve into a debacle like the G7 summit did, with disunity and pulling out of communiques. How would you say you assess the unity and the success of this summit?
This has been a very good summit because actually we have had very open and frank discussions. There is no problem to have different views and open discussions as long as we're able to conclude and deliver decisions. And that's exactly what we have done. Yes, there have been different views. We are 29 allies discussing different issues, but we have also agreed on how to strengthen NATO with the high readiness of forces, stepping up the fight against terrorism, reforming our command structure, and not least we have agreed that we need to spend more. There is a new sense of urgency on the importance of investing more in our defense.
So let's take that issue, the new sense of urgency. President Trump, as we know, and we saw it publicly throughout the summit, keeps demanding this 2%. In fact, he even demanded more, up to 4%. He not only did that, he demanded more to happen almost immediately rather than by 2024, as you NATO allies have agreed. So first and foremost, has President Trump secured a pledge from NATO allies, as he said today, to immediately start spending more, up to 4%, or putting down a huge marker? He himself said $33 million more. Have the allies agreed specifically to figures demanded by the president today?
The allies have heard his message loud and clear, and his strong message on defense spending is having a real impact. Just since last time President Trump was here in Brussels at the NATO meeting last May, European allies and Canada have added $41 billion extra for defense funding. So we have turned the corner. Before the trend was down, now the trend is really going up. And all allies agree that we have to make good on the commitments we have made. We need to increase defense spending substantially.
Okay. End of story in my book.
Right? Wow, it seems like Trump won big time.
But you wouldn't know that listening to the media, right? I don't know that anyone else saw that. I mean, they probably threw that on at 2 a.m. on CNN.
That's amazing.
So for any of you moron never-Trumpers, you Democrats, you liberal snowflakes who want to say Trump is just off his rocker and alienating all our allies, right there is the proof coming from the Secretary General of NATO. What Donald Trump took with that message, and that was a hard, frank. He said it was frank. It was open. That's what we have to. It's what we haven't been in this country for decades. Open, frank, honest with each other. And when Trump, he's honest. He's frank. Maybe he's a little brutal. I'm willing to take that. I'm tired of the PC and the political. Don't give me. I've had enough of the politicians who just make me feel good. Stop lying to me. Tell me the truth.
Trump's delivering on this.
And he is. And I believe that. And that's why, they switched from the NATO real quick into the Russian. They knew they couldn't get him on anything with NATO because that NATO meeting was a success. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to take a call from Joe who's going to give us a Senate update. And then we'll continue this because we're not done with this yet. I want to dig deep into this Russian thing, but we'll get an update from Joe on the other side of the break. So we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Wham listeners. I'm Edwin Hoffman, host of Speaking of Art. Join me Saturdays at 3 p.m. We'll circumnavigate the world of art with lively interviews with renowned artists, collectors, dealers, museum directors and curators, writers, actors, musicians, and philanthropists. Close to home or far afield, we'll visit museums, galleries, and historic sites. We'll explore the lives of famous artists and their times, discuss current trends in art, architecture, design, and antiques collecting, as well as ways to grow and protect a collection. But the main component is you, and what you can take from the show to enhance the creativity of your life. Speaking of Art is one of the great conversations in your week, lively and full of relevance. So nestle into an overstuffed chair and join our room full of connoisseurs every Saturday at 3 on Wham! Talk 1600. Speaking of art, it's about civilization, yours.
A&H Lawn Service in Saline serves all of southeast Michigan. Co-founders Tim and Brandon have been offering professional lawn maintenance since 1991. Landscape construction, lawn and landscape maintenance, irrigation systems, winterizing, and snow removal. Let A&H Lawn Service help your business with landscaping solutions for today and tomorrow. Tim and Brandon have the professional experience you can count on. Call them today at 734-429-5778. See how their business can help your business. Visit A&H Lawn Service online at ahlawncare.com. Better yet, call Tim and Brandon today at 734-429-5778. Find out how they can make your business look a whole lot better. That's A&H Lawn Service, ahlawncare.com.
Hi, I'm Tim